All right, and we're back. So our next story is that Snapchat will permanently terminate Trump's account. I didn't even know that Snapchat or that Trump had a Snapchat account. Did you?
No. And I know he had a Twitter account and a
Yeah,
Facebook account.
yeah.
And
Everybody's just
literally
memeing
everything.
now that he could use TikTok, but he wanted to shut that down. Snapchat will permanently terminate President Trump's account. Snap announced on Wednesday. Snap had indefinitely suspended Trump's account uh, after last week, after he incited a pro-Trump mob to protest at the U.S. Capitol, and has now made the decision to make that suspension permanent. The news was first reported by Axios. This is like what? What?
We're playing a game. We all
What
know
would
this.
what would Trump even do on Snapchat? Or like, does Trump have an Instagram account?
I don't know. Probably.
Okay, so Donald Trump Jr. has an Instagram account, but it, it, Trump does too. But look, he it got banned. All right, let's go back to the story. So last week we announced the indefinite suspension of President Trump's Snapchat account, and we have been assessing. I thought that said we have been assassinating. We have been
Trump.
assessing what
Trump
long-term
is.
action is in the best interest of our Snapchat community. Snap said in the
Trump. Oh my. Trump is a Karen. No comment.
Snap no. In the interest of public safety he was actually impeached, which is quite sad.
He was impeached.
He was impeached a week before he's out of office, which
Already?
is pointless. No, this is his second time of being impeached. He
Wow.
was impeached last year too. Um, Trump had attempted to violate Snapchat's policies dozens of times, Snap tells The Verge. The company had also sent warnings to its team about content that violated the rules. The permanent ban officially goes into effect January 20th. Oh, okay. So they're waiting until he's done being president. All right. Well, that's the end of that story. These are short stories today. Interesting story here. Tesla asked to recall 158,000 cars for failing displays. So, like, if you were to get a Buick or a modern Honda, I guess, it would have like a display, but Tesla just has like a full-fledged tablet in there. And I guess they're not working. So the national and you need the screen for the car to work. Like, you can't do the brakes, you can't turn on your blinkers. You need the screen. It's very vital to the car. The national I don't think you can even brake without the screen. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has asked Tesla to recall some 158,000 Model S and Model X vehicles that could suffer from failing display consoles, according to a letter published by the agency on Wednesday. The failures of the so-called media control units in these vehicles can sever the owner's access to their vehicle's backup camera, climate control, and Tesla's autopilot driver assistance system, increasing the risk of a crash, the safety agency says. Okay, I just read that all in one breath. Get my mic down. The, the problem at the problem at the heart of the
So
defect
sorry.
that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration wants Tesla to fix involves worn out flash memory. Worn out flash. Flash is dead. Flash is gone now. It was completely discontinued now. Memory chips used
Can
in the
we call the
displays of
manager
2012 to 2018
over
Model
it?
S sedans and 2016 to 2018 Model X SUVs. Each time an owner turns on one of these Teslas, it eats away at the total capacity of the 8 gigabyte eMMC and NAND flash memory chips on board the NVIDIA Tegra 3 processor that powers the. I didn't know NVIDIA made processors. Powers the
So when you buy a Tesla, you're buying a computer. A
basically,
big
yeah.
freaking computer.
A like a
Pew, pew.
$91,000 computer, yeah. When the capacity is reached, usually about 5 to 6 years later, the agency says the displays become bricked. Motherboard first reported on the issue in 2019. Oh, so you still need to own the car for like 6 years later for the screen to actually malfunction, which is kind of a problem because these cars are supposed to last long. Tesla confirmed to the NHTSA, I guess I'll just call it that, the NHTSA, that all units with this chip will inevitably fail, according to the agency, and also provided a statistical model showing projected weekly repairs lasting from 2020 to 2028, with most failures happening in 2022. How do they know that most failures will happen in 2022? It's
They
only
don't.
2021.
They don't know.
They just said with most failures happening in 2022. NHTSA opened a formal investigation into the problem last June and said Wednesday that the probe is still ongoing. That the probe is still ongoing despite the request that Tesla recall the vehicles. It's unclear if Tesla will comply. The company did not immediately respond to the request for comment. In the letter, NHTSA acknowledged that Tesla has issued over-the-air software updates, meaning to mitigate the failures, but the agency believes those don't go far enough, especially because the problem cuts access to the backup camera, which is now a federally mandated feature. These update. Why does it have like this? What is this for? Viewers who are just listening, they're like, what are these called? What are these called?
Square brackets.
Okay, they're just called brackets. But I'll call them
Square brackets.
Okay, there are square brackets around the T in these, and there's no reason why they should be. These updates are procedurally and sustainably insufficient, the agency writes. While Tesla popularized the use of large touchscreen displays in cars, it had more than one problem with these earlier models. Beyond the flash memory issue at the heart of NHTSA's recall quest, early Tesla displays also suffered from bubbling and yellow banding since they were not up to typical automotive standards. Okay, there's actually another video game thing in here. I did not realize this. I am very sorry. But Hogwarts Legacy, which is basically an open world Hogwarts game, is delayed until 2022 now.
Dun, dun,
and I think
dun.
Ubisoft is actually making this too. No, it's Comcast. This is a very short article. One of the year's biggest games has been delayed. Today, Warner Bros. Announced that Hogwarts Legacy, an open-world action role-playing game set in the Harry Potter universe, will be launching next year instead of 2021. We are giving it the time it needs, the developer said in a tweet. No specific release date was announced. The game was first revealed last year during a PlayStation 5 event, and it takes place during the 1800s. What? The 1800s. Is that when Harry Potter takes place? The 1800s. No. Well before the events of the films and novels. Hogwarts Legacy is being developed by Avalanche Software, so the team behind one of my favorite games, Disney Infinity, my favorite game, actually, Disney Infinity, and overseen by Portkey Games, a new division created to oversee interactive Harry Potter experiences. It will be coming to a huge range of platforms when it does eventually launch. That includes PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. So that's the end of that article. This is a very short episode, it seems. I might have to find some more articles.
Let's talk about arcade machines.
Do you have anything to weigh in on this?
What?
Do you have anything to say about this article?
Nope.
It was short as crap.
Yep.
Now, Apple announced this morning, and yesterday on NBC, I'm pretty sure, they said that this was going to be pretty big. Apple's first major racial equity investments include a Detroit Developer Center and HBCU Tech Hub. Apple is announcing the next big investments to come out of its $100 million commitment to racial equity and justice today. The launch of an Apple Developer Academy in Detroit, founding support for an Atlanta Tech Hub, for historically black colleges and universities, and new grant scholarships and investments for black and brown students and entrepreneurs. So, can you not go to this if you're white? Because I would love to go to this.
That's racist.
Well, I mean, they're kind of saying. Is it though? I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
can you go to this if you're white?
if only black people can go there, that's racist.
Apple's being racist or I'm being racist?
Apple, if only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, they said brown people can go there too.
Okay, then it's fine.
I don't know what the difference is between black and brown people, but all right.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
I don't.
I was so confused.
I always, whenever I see somebody who's, I guess, so-called brown, I just assume they're black because I don't consider brown a race.
Racist alert.
This became a racist podcast now, hasn't it? The Apple Developer Academy in Detroit will be the first of its kind in the U.S. Detroit's in the U.S.?
Is it?
Wait, is Detroit a state?
Is Detroit a state?
Is it? No, the city of Detroit. Oh. It's in Michigan. It's right on the. It's like really close to the border of Canada. That's okay.
The frick is that?
So, the Academy is focused on young black entrepreneurs, creators, and coders, and will offer training in iOS app development. The plan is to offer a shorter 30-day program that introduces students to what it means to be a developer, and then to offer an intensive 10 to 12-month program meant to help aspiring developers gain relevant skills to get tech jobs or start their own business. Apple expects the Academy to teach around 1,000 students each year. It's supposed to open later in 2021. The building looks sick. In Atlanta, Apple is partnering to help launch the Propel Center, a tech-focused hub for HBCUs. What is that? Is that some other kind of race that I'm not informed about? The center the center will offer in-person and online courses focused on technology, entertainment, and business. It'll be located in the Atlanta University Center that links 4 HBCUs: Clark Atlanta University, Spelling College, Morehouse College, and the Morehouse School of Medicine. Apple and Southern Company, an Atlanta-based energy giant, will contribute $25 million. Other tech companies and major donors have made similar contributions to HBCUs over the past year. In September, IBM announced it was putting $100 million into technology, skill development, and other resources for HBCU, alongside the launch of an IBM Quantum Education and Research Initiative. The same month, Michael Bloomberg announced... Didn't he run for president? Announced plans to give $100 million to 4 historically black medical schools focused on easing student debt. Apple also announced a number of new grants and investments today. It's investing $10 million with Harlem Capital, a VC firm with the goal of investing in 1,000 diverse founders over the next 20 years. Yeah, well, that's just best. The rest is investments. Now, here's one that I think Farm will find interesting. Intel is replacing the CEO in the next month. Bob Swan has held the position for 2 years. Intel CEO Bob Swan is stepping down for the position on February 15th, the company has announced. He will be replaced with VMware CEO Pat Gelsinger. Does he sing with gel? Like hair gel? Let's see what this dapper guy looks like. Oh my god. Look at that little smile there. Okay. Yeah, I can see him being a CEO. Can you? You're not listening, are you?
No, I just looked up and saw.
Yeah, okay. Swan was named Intel's permanent. Swan was named Intel's permanent CEO a few years ago, 2 years ago, in January 2019. He initially took on the role as an interim basis on June 2018 following the resignation of Intel's previous CEO, Brian Krazich. Crazy Itch. Brian Crazy Itch. Gelsinger, who previously worked at Intel for 30 years, will step into the CEO role at a crucial time for the chip maker. Intel is facing renewed competition across its portfolio. It sustained the serious blow last year when Apple announced it would be transitioning its Mac lineup away from Intel's processors and towards Apple's own ARM-based designs. The first Macs based on Apple's processors released last year to a hugely positive response. Meanwhile, Intel is also facing competition from a newly resurgent AMD with Zen processors. AMD. Oh, I hate saying that. Processors that offer competitive performance for gamers and professionals in both desktop and laptop computers. The company also announced it was exciting the 5G modem market in April 2019 after Apple and Qualcomm resolved their long-standing patent infringement and royalties dispute. Intel subsequently sold the major of its smart. I'm gonna stop doing that. Okay, the majority of its smartphone modem business to Apple for $1 billion. CNBC, which reported the news prior to its official announcement, notes that Swan had faced criticism for having a largely financial background rather than a technical one. Prior to working at Intel, Swan served as eBay's chief financial officer and has worked at the venture capital firm General Atlantic. In contrast, Gelsinger began his career at Intel and served as the company's first chief technology officer. CNBC reports that Intel stock was up around 10% on news of Gelsinger's appointment. The Wall Street Journal reports that Swan's departure follows pressure from activist hedge fund Third Point LLC, which has pushed for the company to make sweeping changes. The board is confident that Pat, together with the rest of the leadership team, will ensure strong execution of Intel's strategy to build on its product leadership and take advantage of the significant opportunities ahead as it continues to transform from a CPU to a multi-architecture XPU company. Intel's independent board chair, Omar Ishrak, said in a statement, adding that the board appreciates Swan's contributions to the company. Update from January 13th this morning, updated with the news of Intel's exit from the mobile 5G modem business, as well as Wall Street Journal's report that Swan's departure followed pressure from an activist hedge fund. Jack Dorsey. Isn't that guy from... No, that's Jack Dorsey, okay. Alright, I found 5 more articles for us because we've only been recording for 18 minutes. So, headset maker Turtle Beach acquires neat microphones to expand beyond gaming. Do those look neat to you? They look definitely interesting, but I wouldn't say neat. Why does that just look like a thumbnail for a Marshmallow album? What do you think about it, Firm? Alright, he died apparently. So, gaming peripheral company Turtle Beach is acquiring... You didn't actually die, did you? Okay, well, hopefully he comes back to life. Is acquiring neat microphone. Oh, okay. They're not neat. It's... The company is called Neat. Maker of the electric... Okay, they spelled that wrong. Electric-looking desktop USB microphones that stray from the industry standard. Neat's leadership has plenty of experience in the market. They were the original founders of popular brand Blue Microphones, now owned by Logitech. Oh. Turtle Beach declined to share the financial terms of the acquisition. Huh. Interesting. There's more to the article, but that's just interviews. Something about the RDX 3080. Let me just... Oh, he deafened. Alright, well, sure enough, EVGA and Zotac have raised prices on the RTX 3080. NVIDIA and AMD addressed the great CPU shortage today, revealing it may take many months before you'll easily find a card like the RTX 3080 on shelves. They didn't say how much how much a renewed Trump import tax on graphics cards might impact their prices, but now NVIDIA partners with EVGA and Zotac may have done. Both graphic cards manufactured have now raised their prices across the board, with EVGA following Asus's led by openly admitting at the top of its website making adjustments. This article doesn't make too much sense. Alright, well, so let's see what the prices have gone up on the 3070 and the 3080. Oh, they went down. Oh, wait, before. Oh, God. Wow, they really jacked up the prices. That's new and that's old. So, old, new. Old, new. Old, new. Oh my god, dude. They really jacked them up. That's kind of disappointing. That's disappointing.
I'm
Um,
watching videos since I'm useless here. Okay, goodbye.
okay. From $440 to $500, and now $530 for an RTX 3060 Ti. So $530 for the 3060 Ti, $640 for the 3070 Ti, not Ti. $840 for the 3080, and from $1,550 to $1,900 for the 3090. God, dude. And then here's some more featured deals, but it's upgraded. They made a white card. That's kind of. That looks like something that Alienware would do. Okay. Another Trump story here. YouTube deletes Trump video and suspends new uploads. YouTube has removed a new video uploaded to President Trump's account for violating the company's content policies on inciting violence. The account has also been issued a strike and is unable to upload a new content for at least a week. It's presently unclear exactly which video prompted the action of Trump's account or what the offending material was. YouTube declined to provide specific details on the video's content. After careful review, and in light of concerns about the ongoing potential for violence, we removed new content uploads to the Donald J. Trump channel as issued a strike for violating our policies for inciting violence, YouTube says in a statement to The Verge. As a result, in accordance with our long-standing strike system, the channel is now prevented from uploading new videos or live streams for a minimum of 7 days, which may be extended. Alright. GitHub reportedly fired a Jewish employee who warned coworkers to stay safe from Nazis. After he posted a message on Slack that said, "Stay safe, homies. Nazis are about." The day of the attack on the U.S. Capitol, according to Business Insider. Well, they're not Nazis, idiot.
What article?
GitHub reportedly fired a Jewish employee who warned coworkers to stay safe from Nazis. The message sparked controversy inside the company, with one colleague criticizing him for using the divisive language. GitHub's HR team criticized the employee for using the word Nazi. It's not a swear word, dude. In a company Slack channel. 2 days later, GitHub allegedly fired him, citing vague patterns of behavior. The employee asked Business Insider to remain anonymous for fear of online harassment. The move shows a lack of understanding on the part of GitHub management, both about the gravity of the attack on the U.S. Capitol and the contextual tips of the word Nazi. After Business Insider published its report, the company was widely criticized on Twitter for trying to both sides the issue. Now, roughly 200 of GitHub's 1,700 employees have signed a letter asking executives to take a stronger stance against anti-Semitism, and white supremacy. They also want to know why the employee was fired. GitHub CEO Nat Friedman told workers that the company is actively looking into the circumstances surrounding the separation of an employee last week and will take any and all appropriate action following a thorough investigation. The employee says he posted the message because he was concerned for his relatives and coworkers living in Washington D.C. He had family who died in the Holocaust, and saw that some of the rioters were associated with the neo-Nazi organizations. GitHub, the developer platform, was acquired by Microsoft in 2018. Really? The day of the attack on the U.S. Capitol, Microsoft President Brad Smith retweeted a statement calling on President Trump to put an end to the chaos and to facilitate the peaceful transition of power. Microsoft also said it would pause political contributions, much like Facebook and Amazon. Alright, this is our last article, and if you watched our last episode, there was a touchless doorbell, and Arlo has made one now too, and this one looks much better. I'd rather buy one from Arlo than from that company. But it's saying, can't we just update existing ones to do this with proximity sensing technology? Finally, a doorbell for the pandemic era, we remarked, as Alarm.com has introduced its new $200 touchless video doorbell yesterday, but what once was a curiosity has now become a trend. Netgear's spin-off Arlo now has its own touchless video doorbell too, right down to the same product name. Arlo doesn't have a price release date or a picture of the new doorbell, which got me to thinking, why does it need to be any different from the doorbells that Arlo and Google's Nest and Amazon Ring offer already for today? Most smart doorbells also have cameras with some of the motion detection. Some even let you fine-tune motion detection zones and already have many lights and sounds that let a visitor know when they press the button. Why not just fire off a software update to existing doorbells, one that automatically ring the doorbell when the camera detects a visitor? It could play an audio message like, "We'll ring the doorbell for you, please wait a moment," too. Arlo's video doorbells already support sending pre-recorded audio messages. The humble webcam became 2020's most important gadget when the pandemic hit, and most DSLR and mirrorless camera makers responded to the webcam shortage by releasing software to let you turn them into webcams too. Wait, so you can turn video doorbells into a webcam? Do doorbell makers think they can entice enough people to buy a brand new doorbell just for this, at a time when people aren't supposed to be visiting each other's houses? If I'm right and existing cams can do this, it might be more effective to try and sell more of those existing models by building some goodwill. Arlo introduced its first battery-powered doorbell late last year. Anyways, that is the end of our podcast. I know it's been a shorter one today. It's been 28 minutes, but we went 10 more minutes than we were supposed to because the articles were really short today. Yeah, but let me know if you... I
wasn't even here half the time.
Let me know if you prefer Farm or Caleb on here. So, like... Do you like me? So, basically, somebody that doesn't comment too much and doesn't listen and just here, so it's not really a... So, it's more of a conversation.
Well, this really wasn't about tech. It was about controversy about tech people that create tech, not actual tech.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
whenever it looks interesting on the tech section on The Verge is what I do. Like, last episode had a lot of stuff to do with tech, like Samsung's unveiling tomorrow. I might watch that, actually.
And you can talk about other things besides what that website gives you now. It doesn't have to just be The Verge.
Yeah, I know.
You can make your own script.
No, I know. I mean, I don't know any. I don't know what's going on right now, because the only thing I actually actively stay up to date with without articles is Apple. So. And Tesla. But, alright, that's going to be it for this podcast, guys. Again, let me know if you like Farm or you like Caleb more, and we might have other people on here, but probably not, because
it's not a very good decision, since I didn't get to talk much anyway.
Well, do you prefer somebody who doesn't talk too much, or do you prefer Caleb who...
I would have talked. Gosh,
What?
stop being so controversial.
I'm not being controversial. Do you really think I'm being controversial?
Yes.
No.
Because I'm not usually this quiet.
True. Yeah, that's really true. You're normally loud as an ape. He's not.
I'm not.
He's normally quiet, but not this quiet. All right. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the podcast. What? That's gonna be the end of this podcast, guys.
It's gonna be the end of this pod.
Oh, this
Yep.
pod. That's gonna be the end of this escape pod, guys. If you want to buy another escape pod so you can get out of the burning planet, just pay me $100, and we'll
Yep.
see you guys in the next escape pod if you guys decide to upgrade the plan. Anyway,
What
imagine
the
Cars did
frick?
that. Like they had a subscription service where you had to pay like a certain like you had to pay a monthly subscription so you could fill up on gas. Just so you could
You
even
had
get the option to fill up on gas. Not that it would give you gas, but just so you could get an option to fill on gas.
to open the little.
To open the gas chat. The gas hatchet.
You had to pay money.
That seems like something that Tesla would do. I don't know why.
That seems like any greedy company
Something
would
no, it
do.
seems like something
That sounds
Apple
like
would do.
EA.
Apple.
That
When
also sounds
Apple
like
makes their
EA.
car, they're gonna make something that they have to do with the subscription service. I don't know what it is, like Apple Radio, but they're gonna do something. I know they are. Right, anyways, that'll be it for this podcast, guys,
I've
and I'll see
heard
you
of
guys in the next
EA.
podcast. Farm might be back, might not, depending on what you guys like. And we're on Spotify now. We're on other stuff too, but Spotify's the best one. Because
Tell me when you're about to end it, please.
all right, I'm ending it now. So all right, he just left the call. I have streamer mode on, so they couldn't hear the sound of that.
Gosh dang it.
All right, well, I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.